Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Awesome. Thank you, MP165. And hello, Mark and AZ. I just saw you over at Needles. And let's see. Hey, Beverly. Sorry it took a little longer than normal. For some odd reason, um, my software did not want to stream today for whatever reason. But anyway, so I definitely apologize for that. So we'll go ahead and get started here, and I want to thank everyone for joining. Hey, Gio, I want to thank everyone for joining today, and we'll just go through some quick updates, and then we'll turn over to some question and answers in the chat. So, first off, on the updates, as you may have seen, we do have Needles, our brand new site location that's up. We want to thank the Needles Tourism Department for working with us on this project, and also the City of Needles for helping get installed. We also want to thank all our supporters that helped make this possible. Um, so yeah, we have a lot of thanks for everyone, and I hope everyone likes the new site, the new location. Um, the stream itself in Needles is at the El Garces. Hi, Paul. At the El Garces Hotel. It's a historic landmark that the city of Needles has pretty much rebuilt and remodeled, made it look really good. The lower level has been pretty good, pretty clean. It looks nice inside. Um, the second level, here we go, kids jumping on the train cars again. It's definitely something we should not be doing, and hopefully, you know, hopefully security or something, or hopefully someone catches those kids, because that is definitely not safe. That's something we should not be seeing. So, um, that's unfortunate that that's happening. Let's see, so, yeah. Anyways, that's always a scary sight to see as trains are moving, and we all know how dangerous that is. So, I just can't believe what we're seeing here. Definitely, definitely apologize again for that. Um, so with Needles it is running off both feeds, the east and west camera are running on the running streaming at 1440p. So it's technically, I guess you can call it 2K. I guess it's called. Um, so if you have a 2K, that gives you a little bit better resolution. So if you have like a big screen you want to put it on, you definitely can. Hey, Jose. Um, okay, yes, I definitely remember that name, Wilcox. I thought I remember that name familiar. Uh-oh, Mike's in the chat room. Watch out. Those kids are busted. Hi, Mike. Ugh. Yeah, what a way to start a live episode event when see kids jumping on the train cars moving. Definitely not something we want to see. So, hey, John. So back to where we're going. The Needles, as I said, both cameras, east and west, are streaming at 1440p. So if you are 2K, so if you have a bigger screen, you could definitely take advantage of the higher resolution for it. Um, we also have um, we also have a integrated radio feed, which all of our cameras do have. Currently, this radio feed that you're listening to on this camera is coming at you from our Gulf, California site. So about probably about 30 or so miles west of here. I want to say maybe 20 to 30 miles west of here. They kind of sit up a little bit higher than Needles, I believe. So it gets pretty good coverage. You could actually sometimes hear the crew here in Needles when they're talking on there. So definitely, at least we have that going. We able to provide to you for your train watching. Hello, Stephen. Um, we do have. We will be putting. You're welcome, Dave. Welcome, and thanks for joining. We do have, we will, the city here, I talked to the city today. They're expecting to have the antenna mounted by the end of this week. So we'll have local coverage of the radio feed that's here. I'm going to see what we could do by customizing golfs a little bit, maybe get a little bit more from golfs. I want to see if I could technically maybe, hey, Mama Ray. I'm going to see if I can maybe use the radio feed temporarily to see what we can get on getting a little bit of coverage here that we have for ATCS that's in this at the site. Our golf site is our only site that currently picks it up here, and since it's still available on the yard, we might be able to pick it up here as well. We'll just test it out. Not to There's no guarantee it'll work with the that type of antenna, but we'll see. But in the meantime, enjoy the radio feed. Help us with the knowing what's going on here at the BNSF. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I knew it was just a little bit higher than Needles, but I couldn't remember exactly how much higher it was. But it definitely picks up pretty good coverage. You can hear the MOW crews a lot, especially with the third line that they're doing. You hear them pretty good distance. Not bad. So, um, about the yard here, as you notice on the bottom corners of this feed on the east camera, you can see on the bottom left hand corner which way is westbound. So trains coming towards the camera is westbound, where trains going away from the camera, like the one that's currently on main 4 is the eastbound. And then they also show the track. So main 4 is the one closest to the platform, to the camera. And then you have main 3, main 2, main 1, and then you have the yard tracks. Main 1, if anyone that uses ATCS on it, main 1 kind of looks like a siding, but it's actually, they call it main 1. So that's where that's at. That ever since they've upgraded the tracks here, and kept on adding to them, because how busy, as you may have been watching, Needles is a very busy place, and their crew changes are pretty quick as well. So you definitely won't have too much slow time or trains blocking the view or anything like that. So we definitely hope everyone enjoys these new cameras and continue to monitor them. We are monitoring the internet service. They've had a couple bumps recently. One was, I think, at the very end of the month, and then a couple of times today and yesterday, about an hour and a half each day in the afternoon. So we're keeping an eye on that. But the computers, the cameras will auto reconnect on their own once the signal comes back up. For those that like watch Amtrak, you see the Amtrak ticker is on the bottom. Scrolls, it updates every 15-20 minutes if it gets it from the site, which is I think it is Dixieland, where it pulls its data from. So every 15-20 minutes it updates, and if there's no data available or no update available from the site, then it won't update. So that's the tickers here, since this is an Amtrak stop. As everyone knows, Amtrak does come here late. They're scheduled, I think, like within 15 minutes apart from each other. One, I think number four comes in at 12:30 or 12:15, and the number three comes in at 12:40 or something like that. They're right next to each other. But they haven't been actually here at the same exact time. One usually has to wait outside of town for the other one to come through. So yeah, it's middle of the night. Lighting here at night is really good. So you definitely don't have to worry about any spots where there's no light. You have plenty of yard lights. The platform lights come on when the Amtrak um, attendance here usually comes on around 11 o'clock at night. Turns on the lights, and the lights stay on until I don't know, probably 2 or 3 hours, and they go off. However, the yard lights are pretty bright, and the El Garces has lights, so you definitely have yeah, when they're on time. That's true, John. Hey, I think they're getting better though. Going back to the lighting, so you have pretty good lighting here. Um, Cameras are doing pretty decent in the middle of the night, so definitely um, I have good train action pretty much all 20 pretty much almost all 24 hours of a day. So yeah, definitely glad we got this camera up and running, and we hope everyone enjoys it. That's what we got for needles. um, any questions or anything about needles, or we move on before we move on? If any questions come in, we'll go ahead and just answer them as we get through the stream here. Um, but yeah, needles is running, so we're all good there. So we'll go ahead and move on to, yes, MP 165 is the Santa Fe, New Mexico RailCam. Still waiting to hear back from the host. Not too sure how much longer it's going to take. It's their camera. We're just providing a spot for them to host on. Give them some, you know, audience of their camera. They've had their camera for years, and he just has to get back up there and reinstall it. So once he gets it reinstalled, we'll definitely get it back online for everyone to view it. I definitely apologize if it's taking longer than it should. We do reach out to him a couple of times a month, but we don't want to overstep our bounds and get them mad or anything like that. So yeah. Once we hear more over Santa Fe, we'll definitely let you know. Um, Go back to needles very quickly. Forgot to mention one thing. You will see once in a while in the needles chat, someone that you'll see where it says needles tourism. That is actually someone from the tourism department that we worked with in needles. So if you have questions, um, when they're online, you can definitely ask questions when you see them, and they'll answer them. Just want to throw that out there very quickly. Now, since we're talking about the Santa Fe, New Mexico, well, so now we'll go to Albuquerque. All right. So I was working with their IT department in Albuquerque, and we're running into a spot where they don't really have a waiting area or anything like that anymore, where we could put computers, but they do have a cabinet where their communications is at, that they're looking to see if we could get space for at least one computer. If that's the case, we're going to have a one computer / PTZ setup in Albuquerque there for not just New Mexico Rail Runner, but also numbers 3 and 4 when it comes through. I'm not too sure what 3 and 4, I don't know if they refuel in Albuquerque or not, but I do know 3 and 4 go through there, and as well as New Mexico Rail Runner. So keep that in mind. We're working with Albuquerque, the New Mexico Rail Runner. We're actually working with them on getting the finalized touches on how we're going to put the camera. and all that. So it looks like the camera may go on a. They do have a old wooden telegraph pole, so might have a little bit of a residence there on that pole if that's close by to the cabinet. So we'll see. We'll let you know when that comes up. We just now finally got to the details after I don't know how many different managers and supervisors that we've talked to. Um, I know Christy and myself have been on calls with them, so definitely we'll definitely get there. So keep watch for updates there. Goose. Yeah, Lordsburg. I mean, that's been tough because there's nothing really out there, and we've tried a few different spots, and haven't had any luck yet. Um, there is a oh, here goes that kid again. Jeez. Telling you, hate seeing kids do that. So dangerous. Anyways, so what was so Lordsburg and Demon have been. We've checked the travel centers. They don't have either bandwidth or they don't want to do it. Um, we've checked a couple of hotels. They don't want to do it or they just don't have the bandwidth for it. We do have a couple more things out. There's um, one last spot we have, and I think it's Lordsburg. I have to check with Christy. She's not home. But in Lordsburg, right across the street from where, what is it, the Arizona Eastern, I think they're called? Can't remember what the names are, but the short line that comes from, I believe it's, um, it comes from, I think, Globe, I believe. Well, there's, hello, Richard. Hello, Blue Mountains Dreamer. Welcome. Um, but there's a hotel right across the street from where they do I guess where the short line does their switching. We're waiting to hear back from them. So hopefully we hear something from them. Maybe that might be our luck. We'll keep you posted. So yes, MP165. Yes, we're still working on the fundraiser for that. We're not looking to that until sometime late summer. Um, so we're also looking on changing locations in Roseville to get a little bit better view of the tracks as well. So we'll keep everyone updated there as we get along. Um, so yep, thanks, Mark. Yeah, Globe. Um, let's see. Let's see. That's for Albuquerque. That's for Lordsburg, Deming. Let's see. Yep, you're welcome. Trying to think of anything else. I think that's pretty much all our updates that we have. But as you know, things come up, we'll definitely post them on our channel's community page. Yes, yep, late summer. Not the one thing is because we have the kids don't get out of school. They're still in school for one more month, so that's going to be a field trip for them. It's just like a little bit away from us. So, hello, Rio Grande, 1989. We are, Mark Nazy, we do have, is that the Las Vegas? No, that's something, there's not anything really there besides what? 3 and 4, and we got 3 and 4 on every camera on this line, so I don't think we'd probably do there. So, hey, Kurt. So next thing, Benson. Benson has is trying to get the finalized date for the platform. They're working the details out, so hopefully we have a date soon for that. So keep that. So we'll post an update once we hear what date they set for the platform construction. You like the Jackrabbit camera? That's a good camera. That's where you get to see the race going by pretty fast. That's especially Amtrak. I don't. Sometimes the camera barely can keep up unless you set the camera speed pretty high. But keep in mind that camera is definitely good. You don't really have much train stopping there unless Winslow is clogged, which has been happening. So we need more 1 and 2. Well, that's it. It'd be nice if 1 and 2 would be daily, right, Montgomery? Michael, about Denver. Now, we can't really. Michael, for Denver, um, I I don't know if we're looking at Denver for today, but I know there's a couple areas that we're looking into. Um, but I don't have any details on that one just as yet. Richard, for moving the camera, can't really move because the internet is right there at that visitor center. There's nothing really to the west of where the little shed, the Amtrak shed is as of currently, besides I think a Dairy Queen. But once the platform starts being built, the PTZ is right there in the center of the platform. So it won't be an issue once the platform is built in Benson. And that's what they're trying to get a date for now. So they were supposed to start it back in January, but well, let's just say UP decided they want to throw the curve team in there instead and work on their track. So can't stop them. So yeah, when it comes to Colorado or yeah, we're looking in different areas, especially up north. Haven't had any luck with any areas yet, but we are continuing to look for different locations. So as we get updates, we'll definitely let everyone. We'll post on our community page as more updates come. So. Well, if you're, is that what part is that, Geo? Is that like the northern part, or is that more east? I'm not too familiar with that location. I know we are looking at a possible um possible location in what's it called? What is it called? Panhandle, Texas. I know we saw a possible location there that reached out to us. So we're in negotiations there. And then, other than that, that's pretty much all we got really going on right now. So, um, and any more talk detectors? Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah. As of yesterday, the final phase of the Gila sub went offline on UP. So, um, unfortunately, they took it away. They switched to their new protocol, and they're just not continue moving east. So I would be surprised if by Lordsburg sub will be gone by the end of the month if they continue their progress. Speaking of Lordsburg sub and Benson, and let's move over to Wilcox very quickly. So, as some may know, Wilcox has got at their city hall building where our cameras and antennas are at. Well, they're planning on doing a roof replacement there. Hello, Andrew. So, I'm not too sure what that entails yet. The city manager actually wrote to me about it, and well, I asked about it, and I get more details, and I haven't heard back yet what their plan is. If they have to remove the cameras or not, why they do the roof replacement. We've had trouble in the past um, with the work that was done at Wilcox. So I'm thinking I'm going to take a wild guess, they may remove the cameras temporarily while the roof's getting replaced so they don't damage them. But I haven't got confirmation yet on that. If anything, they will move. Um, they will move the cameras, from my understanding, if needed. If they don't remove them, um, they will move the cameras away from the building when they do the roof replacement. But we'll see. Um, we'll keep you, we'll keep everyone posted on our community page about Wilcox when we hear more on what they're planning on doing. Or we may have to ask Mama Ray over there to send the hens in and spy on them and see what they're doing. Anyway, yeah, Steve, on the PayPal thing, I'm not too familiar. Not too sure why I would say they're a risk. All our stuff goes through YouTube, so I'm not too sure what they're saying or who they're talking about. But um, we we do have membership, and that all goes through YouTube. So I'm not too sure who you talk to, but that's definitely not something here that we have no control of. It's all YouTube, Google. So unless they say Google and YouTube's a risk, that's on them, not us. So I was looking at El Paso, Jeff. However, there is a camera there already, and I think it's ran by Railstream, right behind, I think, one of the towers. Yes, definitely do that more, Ray. Um, so have you gone to the one in the Railstream El Paso cam? That's what I understand. There is a camera there. I haven't seen it. All I know is I checked with um, one of my contacts that's in Texas that actually handles the ATCS, and he told me that they have a Railstream. Railstream has a camera in El Paso. But I don't know, Steven. You may need to re-talk to them, because I can't see how we're a risk when it's all handled by Google and YouTube. Unless they're saying Google and YouTube's a risk. That's on them, not us. Memberships are all through YouTube and Google. Because Google owns YouTube, so I want to recheck with them, Steven. Not much more I could do or we could do. If PayPal says that, when it's obviously they don't even know, they don't know who Google is, and they don't know who YouTube is. So definitely apologize for that. But the only thing I could think of is maybe because our name is we've only been on this channel for what, we've only been around for a year, but we did have a name change. So we were Railfan Arizona for what, about 10 months, and then since we moved into Gallup, New Mexico, and then Needles is going to be coming online. That's why we made the name change to SouthWest RailCams, because it was more fitting. Channel membership has been doing good, Mark. It's definitely been going up. We're still looking at custom icons and all that, emojis. Christy's been making those as we get the membership. The more membership we get, it allows us to add more emojis to the pool. You're not going to add so many at a time. I think we need 8 more members to go to the next one. But the membership, we're not going to. What the membership is now, we're not going to raise it or anything like that. It's going to stay the same. If we do add a new level, that would be for, like, if for some reason we have a private. If we do cameras that, let's say, don't get fully funded, and then we just go ahead, and if the camera's not fully funded through a fundraiser, and whatever we get through YouTube, then we'd set up another membership for, like, the private cameras. But we don't want to do that. We want to keep the cameras free for everyone to view. And we're still learning all this stuff. We just got the YouTube. We just got the YouTube partner program. So we're still learning and seeing what other, I guess they call them perks and all that. So bear with us as we continue to look through that and go through that. We're not going to be doing any kind of Um, Anything else like that? I do know that YouTube does throw in ads at their discretion. Um, but for like mid-roll ads, we don't have those enabled. We kept those off. So yes, and yeah, there is a joint on video. Every video you watch, either live or ones that we publish, there is a join button where you could join a membership, and it goes through YouTube. Um, and however your YouTube Google account is linked to your, I think it's called Google Wallet, I believe, or I'm not too familiar with all the terms with that. So, um, with that being said, the join button's there. You can use it. It's a monthly membership, and you can cancel, I believe, at any time. Um, so, thanks, John. Stephen, the donation through PayPal, um, as I mentioned, I'm not too sure on if you're talking about if you went through donated through like the camera, but this is a different type of membership. It's through YouTube. It's not a um, what's on the web. What if you go to like the website? That's totally different. So um, the um, PayPal GoFundmes are different from the membership. The membership is to make sure we keep the cameras free. Um, yes, Mike, that's funny. Mike, you're a good guy though. um, what did I say? So yeah, they're a totally different thing. Um, there was, and I remember that did use PayPal and I already looked into that part of it. You can't with the PayPal do or GoFundMe; those do not intertwine with the YouTube membership. Those are two separate things. So if you do a PayPal donation, that's different from YouTube membership, and they're not connected. So not so that you have to if you want to get the YouTube membership, you have to click on the join button with the YouTube membership on any other videos, or go to the channel main page. You click on the join to become a member. That's pretty much what we could. That's the only way you get a membership through YouTube. I will also the May edition newsletter that's going to be coming out at the end of the week. We'll have that link in there as well. Um, we did not have an April newsletter. Had a lot of things going on in April, so the April newsletter never went out. So the May newsletter will. Um, that's where the April newsletter. What information we have for April will also be combined in May. So that should be coming out later this week. So, and then other than that, that's pretty much it. Any other questions or answers before we end this session today? Okay, I don't see any other questions. In another few seconds here. We will add in the newsletter. We will add in the newsletter for um, in the newsletter itself. We'll have the link for the membership. We'll also have some other information that that will be useful. Also for new locations, there'll be a form you could fill out if you want to suggest a location. and we go from there. So, and then that comes to us. Now, soon for membership on our website. Now, the website technically um, is just there's no really membership options for the website. The website's just general information and also like links to the same videos you can see here on YouTube. The website itself was technically before we did live cameras. It was a place for just discussions and all that. But no, the website will always be free for all. Just like we want to keep our cameras free for all. Yes, John, exactly. Especially with the roof, you can see a lot. Especially, I don't know if you were here the other night when Amtrak came in. Pretty good viewing of the tops. So, thank you, MP165. What do you mean by that, Andrew? Do we use international moderators? Is that what you mean? For the membership, if you do membership, it's that's just through YouTube. That's the only option we have, Steven. Yes, we do have excuse me. Yes, we do have Don. Yeah, Don does count. He is one of our moderators. Known Don for a long time. Um, as you may have mentioned, we've actually gone a long time when we were working with Balin. Um, Marv, we do. Don is international. Um, we don't discriminate, so we don't discriminate or anything like that. Don, I've known Don since Balin set up when we were setting up the radio feed and all that. So, but yeah, that Don is he is international. He does count. He is one of our moderators. I believe he's still a moderator for Virtual Rail Fan as well. I could be wrong, but I think he still is. But we don't have anything. We don't have like a partnership with Virtual Rail Fan, but we do have our. We don't. We keep. I guess you could say it's a friendship. um, so everything. So that's why we have a couple of moderators you may see from Virtual Rail Fan that's also here as well. Just contacts that we've had. That's always been with when we're Railfan Arizona working on other sites and providing the radio feeds for we have radio feeds in Balin, we have radio feeds in Flagstaff, radio feeds in Barstow, and in Hesperia, I think Calhoun Pass. So we got radio feeds and Tucson, can't forget that one. So we just work together. they have our they get our radio feed. We work. That's how we're close with that. So yeah, so you may see them. They do pop in. And we do have some moderators at night that monitor the chats, but they might not just they're monitoring all the chats at once. They probably don't have time to talk as much as we do during the day when mostly everyone else is awake. So, any other questions? Hey, Kev, got here right before we're ending the episode, man. Any other questions? Okay, well, I want to thank you. It's 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Time, 6 o'clock. Um, we'll go ahead and call the session episode over. And, sorry, Kevin, I didn't see you. I want to thank everyone for joining and appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, you can always reach us at support at SouthWestRailCams.com. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Gio. We'll look into that, okay? Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.